Hey, Ruby. Oh my goodness, Owen. Hey, Ruby, see if you can do the emotes since you're subbed. Yeah, for first tier, because of how this thing works, I can only do one until I get 15, then I can add another one. But as you go up in the tiers, like say you're tier 2 or tier 3, it's like you get even more emotes basically until I can add more with the subs. I like need sub points basically so I can add them. Yeah, I figured that one would be a good first one to kind of start off with. Owen wants the tea. Because with this right here, those in order are like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. But if you go tier 2, you get both the tier 1, tier 2, and then tier 3, you get tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Yeah. How all that goes. And you're supposed to have a little seashell by your name. I don't know what's going on with that right now. This little... Maybe if I take... No, VIP, it should... Oh, it's running all off on my page over here. Okay. But yeah. On to what we have going on today. So since you guys wanted daily transits before we jump into tarot, I figure I'll just kind of go over a little bit of the energy today and then jump into the pick a card for the weekly energy too. So kind of have some today energy and some weekly energy. Give Owen one. See, now Owen has the little shell by his name. That's the tier 1 little seashell. The one by my name's the tier 3 one. It's all like multicolored. But I guess Ruby's is more important with her being the first one. I has a shell. But let me go ahead and get... I know, Ruby, you just got too much stuff by your name. You can't get the shell fitting on there. But I'm going to go ahead and start with today's kind of overall energy. Now, Well, I can see why things feel a little slow right now because, I mean, we have Mercury and the Sun in Capricorn, so things are going to feel like we're pushing through a little more restrictive energy, which is probably easily why you guys are feeling bored right now. But with this whole thing going on, basically communication's going to be very dry. It's going to be like, business, business, business. And for some of us, that is like extremely boring and very taxing because it's kind of like how the communication's going right now. And pretty much that's the area of our life that's being lit up with the sun being Capricorn too, but with it having the eighth house energy that we have going on over here. Basically, it's making it to where it's like we're dealing with other people's money. We're dealing, like, I mean, obviously tax season is coming, but I don't think there's any coincidence that tax season is like a freaking Capricorn time of year in January. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but literally Capricorn season's tax season. But with this is kind of like where things are going. And having it, if you guys see here, we're getting very close to a full moon as it's like inching along over here. I'll be going over the Cancer full moon on Wednesday. But this, I mean, we're about to have that Cancer full moon coming up really shortly, in a few days. But right now, the moon's still in Gemini and will be for a couple days. So this energy in the second house is making us want to communicate our emotions, but it's not really working out with how the communication is coming out in like this very dry way, this like matter of fact way. And it could be also how we're communicating to other people, like kind of like, a little detached, more like straight to business, kind of like talking, even though it's about emotions. And hi, bae. So, with it being like this, and us having an interception, actually, we're like barely out of having interceptions. Like, they're just in there. It almost looked like one. But luckily, we don't have one, so the energies aren't all weird like the, Great Conjunction last week, but that's still going on. It's at 2 degrees now, so they're moving further along. But as time progresses, obviously Jupiter's going to get further away from Saturn because it moves quicker. And some of that is going to lift because Jupiter's going to be sitting in different aspects of the degrees to our trines and all that stuff. Like I said, all of us are having some grand trines going on. Unless you just don't have Jack Diddley in Libra, then you have to wait till Libra season for your grand trines. But oh, hey, Jess. And so we're kind of just sitting in this energy right now, and it's a little like, like I said, we kind of want to communicate like for validation right now, but it's just coming off so dry that people are just like, you know what, I'd rather just kind of keep myself to myself. Because even though you're thinking about it a lot, especially having that north node in the second house, and really kind of having that like pushing or pulling feeling, especially with that in conjunct happening over here. But having this kind of energy sitting in the second house is making all of us really look at what we value. There's some things we might be tearing up, or some things we're very obsessively emotionally attached to that we're having to reevaluate right now. Especially since this in conjunct with Pluto, it's like you need to like start burning up some shit and go through like the hard work that needs to be put in here with this Pluto in conjunct. But that's kind of the energy for today. Like Venus is still in Sagittarius, and we all know what this Aries Mars feels like, and this Uranus retrograde, which will soon be direct. It's getting there. But, I mean, even the ruling energy of this chart is Taurus, so it's a slow moving kind of energy. So we have like all these energies that are, kind of exhausting us a little bit, especially since, Mars is over here once again squaring off against crap. So it's like making us feel really drained, really slow, and it's like the only thing we're kind of really wanting to communicate is like boring things anyway, or that's the only thing that's really coming out as boring things. Even on the media, it's going to seem like, things really don't make a lot of sense, and there's some people just projecting their crap all over the media right now, too. So, this energy is just, today it's going to probably be filling it for, like, not completely with the Gemini moon, because moving into Cancer, we're going to be really getting more into a full-on pull of opposition between the Cancer and Capricorn energies, which, like I said, I'll go over that later this week. But that's kind of like an overview for today. Definitely why you guys are feeling very tired, possibly bored, even though you want to communicate. It's like the communications really aren't that amped up. It's more on the, like, what are you doing business-wise, like getting crap together, like tying up loose ends. Like, that's the communication that's kind of going on right now. And it's good. We need it. We need to get shit done. But at the same time, I mean, for those of us, like, Owen over here with his, like, 50 grand air trines that have been activated, he's gonna be feeling like this is, like, the most boring shit ever. Just think of it like we're going through tax season, guys. It's pretty much like, how boring taxes are? It's pretty much what's happening right now. Is just that. So, don't feel too like, oh gosh, what the hell is wrong with me with having this energy right now. It's just feeling really heavy. Even the house of creativity and like all that spunk and passion and stuff is in Virgo, so it's very tedious energy with us organizing, like all that kind of energy that's usually like the sun is literally being concentrated into these mundane things. So our creativity is coming from our mundane organizing and stuff like that. Like we're getting creative with that, which that doesn't really feel like, oh, like kind of like running around and skipping and stuff. It's like, shit, I gotta get this done kind of energy. So obviously a little more to the grindstone energy for a bit, but it'll start lifting as time goes on, as more, of the air party starts presenting itself. Once we start moving into Aquarius, then this is going to kind of lift a little bit. But for now, being in the Capricorn energy, this is kind of like the, like, get your shit together, which is helping us. We need it for Saturn, because everything we're putting in right now, we're definitely going to get back. So, obsession with cleaning the house. But, yeah. Hey, Rajan. Sorry, I'm out of it myself. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I am so tired. But that is pretty much the transits, like the little transits for today. If you're not subbed, it does the commercial thing, but if you're subbed, there isn't commercials. But, yeah, this energy is definitely helpful, but doesn't necessarily bode for, like, the most entertaining. Oh my gosh, like, just a little bit of twang coming out, but it doesn't really bode for the most entertaining, like, time in your life right now. This is just like, I'm starting, since people voted on it, to do like a little bit of a daily transit overview before I go into pick a cards and collective readings. But Wednesdays is still going to be like the major aspects that are happening, like full moons, huge transits, and then also going into our like personal charts and learning and stuff. But just for like, the Mondays and Tuesdays, a little bit of daily energy update before we go into the pick a cards and collective readings now. But that's what I'm going to do for today's. And then I'm going to go ahead and we are going to move over to this. And, oh, yeah, see, I'm over here, like, drinking my tea while I'm talking. Talking about astrology. Yeah, we're just gonna, man, Ruby is just going for it, huh? But, plus there's, I don't know if I said, there's new emotes. I'm like I'm telling you guys, I'm so lost today. My brain's like derp, just complete derp out. But what we're gonna do today is we are going to have our pick a cards with the messages from the mermaids, the Oracle of Mermaids, the Muse Tarot, and the self-care. So doing that, I also have the crystals hidden behind the boxes over here. I don't, like I'm telling you guys, I'm on my own kind of weird thing today, so we're just gonna go with it. But let me put this over here, and I'm gonna start unveiling the crystals, which we have Black Zebra Jasper Pyramid. Let me take these out as I go. But yeah, definitely, if you guys are feeling tired and like heavy, like, just go with it today. Don't fight it. If you have stuff you have to get done, even if it's annoying, get it going for yourselves. Second one is going to be selenite. See, Ruby posts something and then gets yelled at by Nightbot to drink some water. And then our tarot, this is green Moonstone. I'll bring them each up to the camera after I get all these out of here. And our self-care with my Christmas present. Some titanium quartz over here. Okay, obviously there is some self-care needed in this group. Read and positive affirmations flying out over here. So, for those of you that have, oh my god, like going with the energy over here, like if you have stuff you have to do, make sure you're reading and being positive with yourself as you're doing it and not kicking yourself around. But, yeah, my boyfriend got me crystals for Christmas, and the titanium quartz was one of my presents. He also got me a Aura rose quartz heart, but he specifically said that is for me to hold, and that's why he got it, because he felt like I needed something to hold, which I thought was really sweet. Like I said, he has his so much, like a huge Sagittarium in his 12th and a Saggy rising, so he is in a Pisces moon. He's pure just like going off of feeling and like, hey, you need this is pretty much what he does. He doesn't know the names or anything. He's just like, you need this. But since I got all those out, I'll go ahead and show you guys the crystals. So this one right here is our zebra quartz. Not zebra quartz, oh my gosh. This is the black zebra jasper. And for some reason it's like, no, I don't want to focus today. It's gonna focus though. It's gonna work with me, just saying. Eventually, come on, I believe in you. No? Well, like I was saying, black zebra, jasper. I don't know why I keep wanting to say quartz. It's not quartz. And then we have our selenite. But we have our selenite here for our second group. And this one is green moonstone. Once it decides it wants to put, come on, work with me with the focus here. There we go. You're gonna get a little bit. You can see that my nails broke. It's cool. Because these are my real nails, so yes, they break. But this right here is the green moonstone. Okay, so since you guys got a look at that one, we're gonna move on to the titanium quartz. So you guys can look at this one. Come on. There we go. And yes, I forgot my music today because my iPad's in the other room because I've been working on art projects. So, yeah, I'm definitely doing this Capricorn energy. I have a lot of Capricorn energy in my chart, so I'm always doing something that makes me a little bit scattered, but I have it organized in some weird way. Are you going to show this? You come on, get the little bit of the detail going on here for people. See, this is the thing with autofocus cameras. They choose when they want to focus. It's cool though. So we're going to stick those over here. So, while you guys are picking, I'm going to do the singing triangle. Ooh. It would not surprise me if these cards started coming out this week saying rest. It definitely would not surprise me. It's like, get work done, but rest. So let's go ahead and get this going. Okay. So, let's get started with our Jasper pile. So, need to move these. We'll do it this way, so that way I'm not like knocking them over as I'm trying to shuffle. And we'll scoot this right here. Okay. So for my zebra Jaspers, let's go ahead and wait, is that better for you guys if I have that little light on over there? So let's see. For this week, and I was already feeling tired and that mellowed me out even more, so we're just gonna go with it today. So black zebra Jasper, let's see here. So first we have out here, we have water flight, adrift, jeez. Oh, return of Aphrodite and air. So this is interesting because this energy right here, I mean, we have this heaviness lifts, which I was telling you guys, we're like really feeling some earth energy like today. So throughout the week, it's going to get a little lighter as time goes on. Like I was saying, certain things are going to be changing. Burdens are cast away, weightlessness. Obviously, this is going to feel a lot better than today. So it's just letting us know today's heavy, but it's going to lighten as the week goes on, obviously. Now, with Adrift, we have this letting go energy. It's like a really big surrendering energy. So some of us are just going through things. And the reason we're feeling so burdened is because like we've been trying so hard to figure out what to do with it, when in reality, what we are needing is to kind of just let loose on it a little bit. Like just loosen the reins, quit trying to control everything, and just allow what is supposed to be happening right now to go with it. Because like I said, there's major energy shifts right now. Some of us are getting thrown into stuff and we're just like, how am I going to do this? And it's like, you just need to step back. Obviously, this is a message for myself as well, so that is kind of funny. But then we have this return of Aphrodite with guidance, treating yourself like you're sacred, like, you know, your body is your temple, getting better with taking care of yourself, and really being in that goddess energy. Because like I said, we already had the conjunction, that long ass reading I did before December, talking about December, saying there's ass hats and goddess energy. Obviously, this is really telling you guys, focus on your guard. Keep your guard up, I guess. That's another thing. Protection with energies. But really work on your goddess energy this week, being in that energy where you're in the receptive energy as opposed to trying to push yourself into everything. And then, with my cat knocking on the doorknob. Oh my goodness. I'll be right back. Come here, little one. Come on. Come on. You're fine. You can go out. Sweetheart, I'm live. I can't be sitting here staring at you. Come on. Come on. There you go. Okay, sorry about that. So, back to what I was saying. We then have air. So this is pretty much like I was saying with this, like, loosen the reins energy a little bit, which is kind of hard with this Capricorn energy right now, because Capricorn's like very about like just nosediving and like, doing like this work, but you have to be careful that you are not like doing it to the detriment of your health, because with this energy right here, it's saying like you really need to start, like this is even saying breathing deep. So for some of you, it's just needing to sit and like take a breath and catch a breath a little bit and realize that yes, right now you're entering into a new phase, but at the same time, like I was saying before, you're not supposed to be exchanging your health for the new that's coming in. Part of this new energy coming in should be better care of yourself, especially with this return of Aphrodite coming in. And then you also have Imrama, which is crossing deep waters, journey of the soul, pilgrimage, a wonder voyage, which with wonder voyage, it makes me feel like you need to once again loosen up, see the joys in life instead of like beating yourself down about how certain things just aren't working out to your expectations. So when you're doing this, and some of you might have some stuff come up this week with we are going to be having the Cancer full moon. So for some of you, this is really going to bring up some deep emotions, especially since it's going to be in opposition to this Capricorn energy and you fighting your emotions and what you should be doing moving forward. So with this energy, it's really important to allow yourself some space, allow yourself to actually treat yourself well. For some of you, it might just be like needing that extra spunk to be like, I'm making a New Year's resolution and like sticking to it to take care of yourself, so it gives you that extra motivation, because some of us just need the motivation in order to do things. So let's see what is coming out for you guys. Free spirit. I'm telling you, this energy is really wanting you guys to just let loose this week and enjoy yourselves a little more. Friendship. I mean, Aquarius is the friendship house. So networking, friendship, internet friendships. Waiting. You guys are just like when... It's like any day now, come on. And with this energy coming out with like this being able to let go and just let things happen as they are and taking care of yourself, it's like instead of just waiting around for things to happen, it'd be more fulfilling to actually start putting this time you feel is just like, you know, waiting for stuff into taking care of yourself. Like fill the time with doing things that calm you, doing like eating, like preparing meals for yourself. Because if you have the extra time to sit there worrying, then you actually have the time to be doing good things for yourself instead of using this time in between, like this limbo energy, to just sit there worrying about it. And then we have recognition. So with some of you, like you're wanting to be validated for what you've been doing. But the thing is, you need to start validating yourself and doing things for yourself and slowing down a little bit, because if you're exchanging your health for getting other people to see your value, then you need to reevaluate that right now. Well, look at you already on it. But with this energy, definitely, instead of feeling that you are waiting on someone else to give you this validation for all these things you're doing, even if you're waiting on friends to notice what you're doing, sometimes you just need to take care of yourself in that space where you feel like, oh, there's empty, there's nothing going on, and like, you know, that feeling where certain things just need to be happening. If you have some downtime and you're feeling like, oh God, I'm just sitting here waiting, then do something for yourself. Like, that's actually a gift in some ways, because some people don't have that. Like, they're being run ragged because of situations they're in that they have to do, when, it'd be so beneficial to take care of themselves. And for this bottom of the deck energy, we have feelings. So, like I was saying, for some of you, this Cancer moon coming up, I shouldn't put it there, but this Cancer moon coming up is definitely going to be bringing up some emotions and these kind of warring energies between like what you need to go for and then how you need to receive it, and feeling worthy of receiving it. So let's see what the tarot has for my Black Zebra Jaspers for this week. And the sun is finally deciding to not invade my space anymore. Slowly. Why do I... Oh, I'm sitting here like there's something stuck, isn't there? And it's like, it's not. It's just, it's the moon reversed over here. I'm like, what the heck is stuck to this card? It's your guys' energy. I don't know how many times I don't know if you guys have like Cancer placements or Capricorn placements or a heavily aspected moon, but there's definitely going, for this group in particular, the moon is going to have an effect on you changing your point of view. For some of you that have been feeling really blocked, this moon can actually help you work through it, especially if you're working through certain feelings. It's also going to help open up intuition if you've been feeling a block there as well, because if you're allowing yourself to step more into taking care of yourself instead of, sitting around and feeling like there's nothing to do, it's going to help you step out of this energy where you're feeling really blocked off, where you're feeling paranoid. Like, certain things are just not working out for you and there's a reason. It's like, there's nothing that's happening as a punishment right now. It's more like, get your head on straight. I'm telling you guys, once it moves into Aquarius season, like, this is kind of like the last, Capricorn, the tax season, like I keep saying it for some reason. It's just that energy of humdrum while we're going through that, but it's going to really start jumping once we start getting into that Aquarius season, which is going to be mid-January. So some of you definitely are going to be feeling this moon trying to propel you more towards what your feelings want. See, this is like I was saying, this perception here. For this group, especially when it's coming to certain relationships you have with people, you might feel very blocked off from being able to fully be yourself, and you're not looking at this from the angle of why it's not working. You're looking at it like, what's wrong with you? When in this situation, this is about looking at the perspective of, why are you so blocked off in these relationships? What makes you feel like you can't truly be who you are here? And is it worthy of having these? Especially if you are, like I was saying, depriving yourself and your health is going downhill, instead of you using time, it's almost like I feel like this waiting is wasting in a way. So it's like wasting time on things that honestly don't hold as much value as you think. Especially with this 9 of Inspiration right here coming out. It's like, I've been going through some shit here, and I'm like, obviously still in this energy that, I can take on more, but that doesn't mean you need to. You don't have to take on more just because you can, to fill your time while you're waiting. It's better to take care of yourself while you have this time, instead of feeling like, hey, I'll just take on some other people's shit to kind of bliss out what's going on with me. If you're being given this time and you feel like you're just trying to fill the void with other people's stuff, That's not what you're being given this time for. You need to look at it from a different perspective instead of just feeling like, like Owen was saying, I feel bored kind of energy. But then we have the Muse of Voices, which this is what I was saying before, because this energy coming out across all of these because of how it lays out is basically like becoming more in tune with yourself, being able to fine tune your own inner voice into this channel of self-care as opposed to just filling the void. And it's also working on the communication you have with others, whether that's boundaries, whether that's realizing you don't need their recognition, or the phone going off while I'm talking about communication, because that is like the perfect irony right now with this answering machine. So we're just going to go ahead and keep going with this. But with this energy right here, especially with it telling you to take a deep breath, I feel like this also, since this is the Muse of Voices, could easily be doing something that calms you, doing things like listening to music or just deep breathing exercises with certain chakra energies if you're feeling really blocked, because there are the colors here of the lower chakras as well with these perceptions. So let's see. And then we have Ace of Emotions. Yeah, guys. This reversal here is like, don't stifle it. If there's certain things at this moon that are like being triggered, they're happening because they're trying to help you. If you're viewing it like you just don't want to do for it and you're waiting for it to be over, it's going to keep lasting until you can see that you're the one placing these burdens on yourself because you're choosing to keep putting off what you need to do right now. Especially in this earth energy, it's just going to make you feel a lot heavier because it's like Capricorn and Saturn energy wants you to do the work, but if you're not doing the work, you just feel weighed down, very exhausted, and like, what the heck is going on? Because you're choosing to pretty much hang on to dead energy instead of like lightening your load a little bit, which is what this Nine of Wands is about. Like, lighten what you're carrying if it's unnecessary. And then bottom of the deck we have the Nine of Voices, but it's reversed. So it's really working through these things in order to release anxieties, things that have really built up in your subconscious with this Muse of Voices here. It's like finally being able to let go of these repetitive thoughts, these negative thoughts, being able to get better sleep. I know there's probably some of us that have been struggling with sleep, which is another reason we're exhausted. Possibly very strange things or nightmares, especially coming out with this moon reversed. But it's being able to let go of those things through changing how we're looking at it and realizing what burdens are ours and what we're just carrying around to fill voids right now. So let's see what your guys' self-care is for my Black Zebra Jaspers. So we have write a gratitude list. And I like how this is coming out with the moon and the hangman reversed over here, because what's interesting is doing this actually helps you change perception. Because if you're going about your day and you're not really being present and looking at the things you do have, and instead you're looking at what you can take on, like with your extra time, what else can I do? If you're not sitting there and being grateful for like the moments of peace you have or just what you have in general, then you're going to keep looking past things, like things are flying by, things are repressed, looking at the negative side of things instead of being able to progress further. So For those of you that are really struggling with being able to get to the place where you can start changing this perception, writing like one thing you're grateful for and like working it up to like multiple things a day. You can even do it at different times during the day if something happens you're really grateful for. So that way it's just like starting to change your mindset a little bit about what's going on around you. So let's see. And then we have music, which I started talking about music over here. So, okay, here's another confirmation coming out here with music. And it's connecting to that as well. It's all over friendships, these burdens that you need help with releasing, letting things go, starting to take care of yourself, and ways to fill this time while you're waiting. Like, there is nothing wrong with like spending some of this time with yourself, listening to music you really like, and doing stuff with music. You don't have to be an amazing singer to like go around singing your favorite songs, because that's therapeutic too. It's like, do things for yourself right now to fill this time, as opposed to feeling like everything is like just a waste right now. Especially if you feel bored. If you feel bored, put on some music, get creative. You can even put on music and start writing a gratitude list. Be grateful you can listen to your favorite music. It's like, just start doing that fine tuning with your perception, so as things start coming in, you don't miss them. Because as we start moving out of this kind of final stretch of the earth energy, it's like we're going to be moving into some really fast paced like air stelliums going throughout the year. So this isn't going to be here for long. So it's pretty much telling you, take advantage of the time you have. Look at it like, yes, you've been through a whole lot of things, and the reason things are kind of in this weird little void blur right now, or limbo, is because it's giving you time to rest before things kick up again. So let's go ahead and abundance. It's letting you guys know there is stuff coming here, and this is coming out with that recognition too. So this definitely, once you guys really start taking care of yourselves and putting yourselves first, this abundance is going to flow in. And for those of you that are like, why is thing, like I was saying with this moon feeling very blocked off, those of you feeling this way, it's because you need to take care of yourselves, is pretty much what it is. Like, this isn't going to like start flowing in until you're taking care of yourself the proper way. You might start receiving some recognition for what you're doing, but it's not fully going to come in until you're taking care of yourself. Like, it's not going to start clicking. Also, this is coming with the breathing, so for some of you, manifesting with breath work would be a good idea as well. Okay, these two wanted to come out. Okay, this is interesting. These two wanted to come out together. Okay, you guys remember how this flipped out at the very beginning when I was just taking this deck out? Like, it wanted to like jump out this read card, right? And I was like, okay, maybe some of you need to read because you're bored. And then we have plan a vacation. So for some of you, the reading is because you're going to be doing stuff and it's going to be like crazy. For some of you, you need a mental vacation, because obviously with this Nine of Voices reversed, it's like, you know, having some time where your mind isn't bogged down by all this anxiety, being able to give yourself some time here. So if you read something that lets you have a mental vacation, that like kind of take you away from it for a bit, allow you to be like in this place where you're doing these loving things for yourself, drinking some tea, reading your favorite book, whether it's on a Kindle or like an actual physical copy of one, because I know everyone's different, reading whatever interests you, articles, just do something that you like that allows you to have a little bit of a mental escape from what you've been doing lately, so that way you can catch up on yourself in a way, because it'll help you slow down. And then we get take a walk. So this is all about like really trying to get you guys to slow down and just get in your body a little bit. With these are pretty much things you have to be present to do. Like if you're reading, if you're writing, listening to music, planning, and then walking. It's like it's trying to make this point here where it's like just kind of pull yourself back down from your mind a little bit, loosen the reins, and if you're having extra time, put it into taking care of yourself and acknowledging your own feelings. Because, like I was saying for you guys, I feel like this group either has heavy moon aspects, possibly planets in the fourth house that could be affecting this, as well as Capricorn placements as well because of this moon, because this full moon's going to be doing something with you guys. But that is what I have for my Black Zebra Jaspers. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to and speaking of music, I'm starting to wish I would have brought my iPad in here. I'm like realizing how much of an ambiance it creates, which I'm sitting here like, now I know why I do that, because I'm realizing I'm just hearing my voice over here. But it's one thing for me to slow down and remember things now. Oh, and besides making, I don't know why it just popped in for this group, but besides just making gratitude lists, if you're having trouble remembering things, just make lists for yourself so it takes stress off of you remembering stuff, because if you're trying to keep it all in your head and you're stressed, that's very easily a good way to start forgetting things. So for those of you that need a little more organization, just start writing things down when you think of them. See when you have time for certain things instead of putting all that worry on yourself. So let's go ahead and move into my Selenite Pile. Okay guys, let's see what's going on for my Selenites this week. Once again, first thing out, we have some air, so oh my goodness. Ooh. Okay, this to me, I was starting to feel this one was a little different than the last air pile, because this was feeling more the Aquarius energy. And then we're literally getting community here, so that's another Aquarius energy. Friendship, allies. Okay, this is really going into that Aquarius energy. So this is more my air group coming out right here. Heaviness, lifting, weightlessness coming out again. But the way this unfolded here really makes me feel like this is my air group. And time out. Like, you guys need to chill. Okay, this definitely makes sense for an air group. So obviously it wants to announce it with the very first card here. Everyone with your heavy airness in your charts, or just not used to having air energy because things are moving into Aquarius and you're only used maybe to a few placements in your chart, and now you have grand air trines because of this Saturn Aquarius thing. Saturn, Jupiter, Aquarius. This is telling you it's okay, take a deep breath. You need to kind of ground yourself a little bit. We have some earth spirituality coming in here. We also have ocean coming in as well. So those of you that feel grounded with earth or feel grounded with water, this is kind of telling you like, okay, like if you're not used to this air energy, kind of like the air people are, like where we're just kind of like, okay, this is sporadic. We're just feeling bored and waiting for more stuff to happen. But for those that aren't really used to the air energy, this is pretty much some different ways how you can ground yourself, especially with community, like others going through these things, because there's this big energy here of friendships, allies, compatible souls, loyalty, joy, just this overall energy here of just people, which is very air energy. And then just burdens being cast away and feeling weightless, which weightless is another air energy. So this is really feeling to me like those people that are starting to understand how this whole air thing is going to work, or we already understand the air and we're just learning how to properly ground ourselves in it and allowing the people to come in that are part of this energy that really connect with us, because in doing that it actually helps us connect with ourselves as well. And plus, it's like we're letting go of a lot of things that aren't really serving us anymore, because we're realizing, hey, that shit is holding me back. And you might realize that certain things are boring you because it's like shit you don't need to be holding on to anymore, and that's why you're bored with it. And go with the flow. Like, this group right here is just like, you know what? Abundance. We're just gonna... Things are happening, you know, we're just gonna go all on with this energy. We're gonna breathe through it. We're gonna feel comfortable with our friends. We got love. Okay, this group is just like having a great time over here. Go with the flow, abundance, love. I'm getting chills. It's like, this is some nice, I was gonna say at the beginning too, this feels like a fun energy. And getting all up in those feelings with it. And I don't feel like this is heavy like the other ones, especially because of that moon energy. I'm not feeling that heaviness of the full moon in this group. This is almost like, hey, shit's finally starting to turn around a little bit, and things are like lifting on their own, and it's like new stuff's coming in, and you're just kind of like, it's almost like making me want to cry. So some of you, like, some of this stuff coming off is going to put you in your feelings and make you feel like very emotional, that finally things are starting to lift after all this time, and it's like gonna be like tears of joy pretty much. And then the bottom of the deck, contentment. It's like, hey, I'm good with this. It's like, I'm in a good place right now. I'll take this. Being perfectly content with these energies coming out here. It's like I can bundle up and be comfortable with it. So this is like the group that's like, I just want to feel good right now, because things are finally starting to lift a little bit. Since you're loving it, Jess, I'm guessing that this is something that you picked over here. You're like, I'm good for that. I'm good. I'll take it. And then having this right here, I feel like having the Hanged Muse reverse over here on this go with the flow is perception's finally changing. Because there was a lot of stubbornness at first, like there was a lot of fighting, like going with it, breathing, like kind of allowing yourself, or if you're still in this state and you just need to allow yourself that deep breath and go, okay, I'm okay, like kind of thing, and just starting to go with it, then it's going to become easier for you. For those that have already started looking at this, like I've been through so much shit, and finally things are starting to change. It's like your mood is going to lift along with the lifting. It's going to feel great. Like you're going to feel this energy, which is probably why I felt the tears, because having all of that going on, especially, man, you guys went through some shit. I mean, there's even Three of Voices here, which is the Three of Swords. This is some major pain you guys went through in order to get to this place. And then we have this Page of Emotions that came out with the Three of Voices reversed. So there was a lot of pain dealing with love, dealing with relationships, blocked off creativity, trying to explore new things. It's just going through all this pain and realizing things are finally lifting is going to be like this, such a breath of fresh air that it might actually bring tears to your eyes, because it's like you've been working so hard on healing this pain that something's gonna happen this week that really lifts it. And then it's like abundance again. We got some Eight of Materials coming out here. Hard work getting rewarded, guys. Like a lot of hard work, a lot of detail you put into all this, finally being rewarded, being able to finally see things for what they are with this Two of Emotions over here. That, yeah, some things weren't meant to work out. They taught you things you needed to learn, and this coming out with this feelings energy is like some of you might still feel this attachment to some of it, but you're learning to release it. And that's why, I mean, this is kind of lining up with that tear feeling that I was saying earlier, because this, once again, it was painful. It was something you were very emotionally attached to, but it's finally being lifted. And it's all because you've been doing so much work with it. And you're finally being able to move away from it with this 6 of emotions over here. It's like you're looking back at what it was and you're seeing it for what it was. For those of you that are still stuck, you're looking at it and really reminiscing and wishing things could go back to how they were. This is what's holding those of you back that are in that energy right now, is needing to realize that being present now and being able to breathe now with what's going on and just go with what's happening is what's truly going to help you move forward. But there's also happy things that you can keep in your heart while you're doing this, and that's what's going to help you grow, is still seeing the happiness. Because I mean, bottom of the deck here, we got some Queen of Inspiration. So all those blockages that were happening before are finally being lifted. This is like a whole well of creativity being just unleashed on you. This is confidence. This is this power, being able to step out and hold your own. For some of you, this could be really doing business ventures and being able to be creative with it for once and express yourselves through them, instead of feeling like it's just really heavily money-based and being so focused on money. It's really going to help you see more how important your creativity is, and the more you focus creativity and pulling yourself out of this really hurt place, that's when it's going to flow and a lot easier, which that go with the flow card again coming up. So let's go ahead and see for you guys what kind of self-care is coming out, because it seems for this group it's either you're trying to process through this and get to this, or you've been through this very recently, or you've been going through it while all these earth transits were happening, and now that things are starting to move more into air energy, and as it continues to move more into the air energy, it just keeps lightening and bringing in more good, because it's almost like you're getting the balance, like everything is balancing out, like all of this bad is needing to be balanced by some good happening over here. So it's finally starting to work its way in after going through all the hardship. So, see you guys with this group. There's like so much like camaraderie, there's so much community, there's even family here, which I feel, whether it's blood or soul family, like this is a lot of things that probably happened with you guys, was a lot of painful endings with relationships and even family with this 6 of emotions over here. And it's almost like having the family that is very nurturing for you is going to be the best self-care this week, because they know what you've been through, they've been there with you, and they've supported you through all this. So now you know who you can depend on, instead of feeling like you don't have anyone, which I think is very important for this group after going through everything they've been through. And okay, where's Nightbot? Because we have our drink your water, hydrate, self-care. You guys went through all this, and definitely you were forgetting to take care of yourself while it was going on. So make sure you're drinking your fluids. You don't want to be dehydrated right now and end up risking your health after going through all this when things are finally starting to lift and go in the other direction. So let's see. Okay, this read is just going to come out for every dang body, but You guys need to have some reading, possibly with what you went through. You can either read on what you're really getting interested in entrepreneur wise, like if you're really working on something business, or possibly there's something you don't understand that you're going into. Like, really read up on it, see what's going to be best for you while you're trying it. And plus, there might be some of you that are going through these emotions and really don't know how to process them. I usually don't say stuff like this, but it wants to come out of my mouth. For some of you, it might benefit to read self-care books about working through emotions and different things you can do. But definitely research what people say on it. Don't just go buying anything, because that can be damaging as well if you're just trying to take on someone's point of view. Make sure you're taking what resonates and that it's helping you and not harming you in any way. So this one wanted to... You guys have abundance twice coming out here, and you have the Eight of Pentacles and Queen of Inspiration. I don't know how many times this pile needs to be told that this is coming, like in every freaking line here. But this is even telling you to plan for the abundance. So this is coming. You guys have been through shit. And not saying that everyone hasn't been through shit. This year has been a lot. But this group, you guys have been through some severe heartbreak and very hard times, and you're finally finding your people after going through all this. And you might only be seeing it as you're finding your people, but there's more than that working towards you right now. So it's like, even though you're like, I feel so happy to finally have people I can talk to about this and not feel so alone, it's like there's more than that coming, and it's going to shock you. So it's almost like, start planning for things you want. Put it out there what you want, because you're going into that receiving energy. And then I'm telling you, you guys are getting called out for needing to take care of yourself. Like, make meals that are good for you, drink more water, drink tea, whatever it is that's going to help you, like, you know, be more self-conscious of what you're doing for yourself. For this group, you guys have been through so much. You probably neglected yourself a lot while you were going through it, and now you're getting to this time that, yes, you're moving into this creative space of abundance and being surrounded by the right people, but don't forget about yourself. There's a lot of community here in this pile, but you still, I mean, don't forget about this time out over here. It's the awareness. Make sure you're taking time for yourself and having the solitude you need to be able to recharge. Just because you have tons of community doesn't mean you need to give all of your time to the community. You need to be able to rest up a little bit and do things for yourself, and remember to put things in your body that are going to be helping you. But that is what I'm getting for you guys. So if you're still going through this, just know it is going to be lifting. For those of you that have been through this and you feel the relief starting to lift, just know that you have more coming. Like, that's not the end of it. There's still more being amped up, and to really allow yourself to embrace your creativity and your confidence right now, especially if you've been feeling down on yourself because of everything that's been happening. Just know that right now it's like you're being built back up and being given that energy, like a new influx of energy finally coming in. But, oh, that reminds me, I didn't even read pile one. I knew I was forgetting something with pile one. I didn't even read you guys your thing. Hopefully some of you from pile one are still here so you can hear what Zebra Jasper is. Let me tell you what Zebra Jasper... Well, maybe this group needed to hear Zebra Jasper too. Last time this happened, people actually needed to hear both, so probably a reason for this. But let me read the black Zebra Jasper first. And then I'll read the Selenite for you guys. So, it's a very calming stone and stimulates the root chakra. I actually mentioned the lower chakras in the first reading. Wonderful grounding stone. You guys literally had earth in this reading, and the ocean for like grounding yourself. Can help pull one's scattered energies into work where they are most needed. So Let's see. Let's look up some more stuffs on here. It's very motivating, mood lifting, and energetic. It carries the reminder that it is possible. Wow. It is impossible. Gosh, I keep saying possible, but I think there's a reason for that. I'm going to read this with possible and then impossible. So I think this is showing both sides of the coin here. It is possible to lose all of one's energy and love by giving it away. I think that is meant for some of you because I kept saying it like 3 times even though that wasn't the word. But it is possible to do that because you have to realize if you're just draining yourself and constantly giving and not allowing yourself to receive, you just completely deplete yourself. So this is going for both pile 1 and pile 2. So definitely that's like a message for both of you guys. But for those that are feeling shut off and blocked, this is more your energy is it is impossible to lose all of one's energy and love by giving it away. It's showing you guys like don't be scared of opening up. Allow yourself after the pain to be able to be open to the love coming to you again. So that way it finally starts free flowing instead of being completely blocked out. It's good for grounding during meditation, when doing spiritual work. It helps stimulate transition, helps you find your balance. It helps encourage a generous, loving interpretation of the people in your life, which is really interesting because it's almost like allowing you to have that objectivity that literally the Hanged Muse reverse came out in both the first and second pile. So this is like allowing you to gain a new perspective on people and look at it from an objective lens through love as opposed through the pain and trying to understand. So it helps you see beneath the superficial face of others and to see the true nature in a loving light. And it's very a protective stone as well. Very protective stone. I cannot talk today, guys. But that was the Black Zebra Jasper. I'm going to read some selenite properties. Like I've told you guys before, with selenite, it is known as the angel stone. It's a calming stone that instills deep peace. It's excellent for meditation or spiritual work. It helps with judgment and insight. It clears confusion. It clears confusion and aids in seeing the deeper picture. It aligns all the chakras as well. And it's self-cleansing and it cleanses everything around it. So it's like if you're just feeling really bogged down, selenite's just great for lifting energy as well. And don't mind me, my allergies have been definitely having some fun today. But it also helps with wisdom and clarity and all that goodness as well. So that is the selenite pile, getting some zebra jasper getting red in there too. Oh. So let's go ahead and move on to my green moonstone pile over here. But yeah, for those of you still going through it, just know that it's almost there. Like these energies are trying to lift this week. So just keep your head up, take care of yourselves with this, hydrate and make meals. Some of you aren't eating or drinking properly. And by properly, I just mean like, you know, I mean, I'm bad about this too, where I just forget to eat or I forget to drink because I'm busy and I keep saying, oh, I'll do it later. And it's like, then you forget until you're feeling nauseous and you're like, oh crap, I haven't eaten anything, and by then it's like your appetite sucks because it's like you don't feel good, so you don't want to eat, and that's not a healthy cycle. Pile 3. Okay, guys, Ruby told you her pile, so if anything happens, you guys know. Okay, so go ahead and put you up here and get our Moonstone out. Okay, so this week for the green Moonstones, and I'll take a sip of my tea. Okay, so let's see what's going on with my green Moonstones for this week. I don't know, some of you getting like a weird like nerve thing, almost like a spasm in like the middle towards the top of my back. It's like really weird. So I don't know, because I know the back area, because arms are Gemini, that's more of like the Leo kind of area, like Leo Cancer, so some of you might be in that energy or have placements like that and have some blockages going on with your heart chakra and solar plexus right now. But we'll see what comes out for you guys. We have reflections. What you contemplate, you actualize. This is straight up telling you guys what you're thinking, you're creating right now. Really in some manifestation energy. Once again, fertility, potential, powerful creative energy, initiation energy. You guys are straight up being told like your thoughts are like gonna create shit right now. And some of you need to watch out because you can easily get pregnant. But once again, I mean, it happens at least once a month where someone's being told you're gonna get pregnant if you don't watch yourself. So someone here is like really worried about pregnancy. But oh, and that flipped over. Feral to the moon, appreciate and enjoy the lunar light and cycles. So for you guys, this is definitely coming up where I feel like the moon could be very impactful for you guys if you want to manifest on the moon. Like this isn't necessarily like group 1 where it was like deeply like jumping into like the emotions and having that kind of effect. For you guys, you're just in this space right now where you're creative, you have like this energy where you can make things happen right now. And it's pretty much telling you as each of these cycles go on, like through the moon phases, it's like appreciate each one, possibly write down what happens during different phases for you. Like have a little moon calendar and you might be able to find when the right time for you is, because sometimes depending on the type of moon we're born on, what sign it's in, you can actually see what works better for you and what energy works better for you during certain moon cycles and when you can do things to help yourself. But the last one, I'm telling you guys, this group right here, we have the Song of the Siren, the call summoning voice to acknowledge. Okay, Ruby, once again, the voice. You're freaking singing crap coming out some way here. Freaking Song of the Siren. This whole thing right here, you guys are being pulled to make what you want to, pull your potential out. Like, start doing it and really, like, pay attention to what you're thinking, because if you're telling yourself, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this, that's what you're perpetuating here. That's what your song you're putting out into the universe right now. But it's like if you're sitting here, like you're working, you're creating, and you're excited, because this actually has the energy of hard work to it, but it's saying there's so much potential And this is like the starting energy. Build with it. Go with it. Like, don't sit here and devalue yourself right now, because that's what you're pretty much going to create. If you're going out there like, hey, I'm ready for this, I am excited, like, this is really going to work out for me, this is going to be so cool, and like, don't have these expectations of how exactly it'll look. Leave it really open to interpretation, but like, set goals for yourself of what you want to do, not necessarily of how people will react to it, but how you're going to feel while doing it, and like, go into that energy instead of being like, okay, I need this much people to like what I'm doing. It's like, don't go into that. Just allow yourself to be creative. Like, you can have for yourself like, hey, once I reach this, I'm going to do this for myself, but instead of putting the pressure like, I need to have this in order to do this, like, have like a reward for reaching a certain thing for yourself, and then you'll create more effortlessly, because you're not putting this deadline on yourself like, I need this such and such by this week. Unless you, for some reason, this is very random, unless you have paperwork you have to do and you have to get that going, don't put it off. Put your mind to it, because once you really start applying yourself, you're definitely going to be able to do it. You have the potential, you have everything you need to be able to do that. You just have to acknowledge that you have it in you, instead of feeling like you need to keep outsourcing it to everybody else under the sun, because you don't feel like you have it in you to do it. You do, you just have to buckle down and do it. Then we have Coral's wisdom, colony, delicacy, fragility, works that are created over great periods of time. This is exactly what I was saying with this energy right here, being of the 8 energy, being of hard work, and Saturn energy. What you put in is what you're going to get out. And if you guys keep pushing forward and really having the mentality that, you know, my efforts are going to be rewarded, and like, being really positive about it, that's what you're going to do. But you can't be like all hard on yourself, especially you, Ruby, because I know your chart, and you, like, I already told you that it's going to take a few months for things to start popping off a certain way, so don't beat yourself up. So, and I know Ruby chose this pile, so she can get a direct call out. We'll just take these since they wanted to come out. Be spontaneous, popping out over here. So, I like how Be Spontaneous wants to just pop out of the deck. I didn't even know that card was in there. But, with this coming out, it's like, this is more like, have fun, like, have uplifting thoughts. And then we have this acceptance, like, accept where your power lies right now with, like, the way you're thinking. Like, actually accept it, instead of being like, I can't do this, and, like, follow those dreams. Like, this pile's pretty much just being told, go for it, is all it is. Like, it might take some work on your part, but it's like, have fun while doing it, instead of beating yourself up and putting time limits on things. That's what spontaneous is. You're not looking at what time it is. You're just doing things when you feel like it. Truth. Sing your truth, speak your truth. Like, be aligned with your truth. Like, this whole energy is just like, be spontaneous, accept everything, and what you dream becomes your truth. Like, you're having some good energy right now for flow and relaxation. It's just, you guys, like, seriously are on this thing where it's like, just create. Have a sound mind right now. Like, do things as they flow to you. Don't, like, have this energy of beating yourself up. Just allow yourself to be dreamy and creative. Like, you got a lot of, I wouldn't be surprised if the Magician comes out, because you guys have a lot of that energy where it's just, like, very creative energy. And, yeah, you guys are stifling yourselves by not, like, because you have the Page of Emotions reversed. You stifle yourselves by allowing your emotions or your feelings of inadequacy to get in the way. And the best way to overcome that is that instead of thinking things out and really like feeling all these emotions with it and what are people going to think and bogging yourself down, do something spontaneously and just go, well, I did it, I can't take it back. And that, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, that's why I do lives. It's like, instead of doing all these edited things and just being like, oh my god, it's like you go back and you watch things and it's like you start picking at it. The best thing you can do if you're gonna do a video, do it and just go with it if you're always picking at yourself. Because once you start being spontaneous with it and go, okay, it's out there, like, and just dropping it, and I know that's really hard for those of us that want to keep control over things, but it's this acceptance right here. Accept what comes out of it and realize you'll start seeing that the more you just kind of do that, the more it's going to open you up instead of feeling like this block when it comes to your creativity. And plus, it's going to bring in new ideas too, and not make you feel so blocked off when it comes to expressing this one wants to come out. Yeah, you won't feel so blocked off when it comes to expressing your creativity, your emotions, because this Queen of Inspiration reversed here on this acceptance, it's like the reason this is happening is because of this lack of self-confidence. And it's really like in being spontaneous and just accepting what is, it's going to help this block on the self-confidence, because it's going to help you relax a little bit. Like coming back to this relaxation over here, it's like start doing spontaneous things now. Don't let this be stifled because you're constantly thinking like this. It's like allow yourself to just do a creative thing, let it be what it is, and go on to another creative thing once you put it out instead of going back and nitpicking it. Because when you do that, you pretty much start creating this dialogue in your mind, and then that's what you're actually going to be making. And then I'm telling you guys, it's time to, this Hermit reversed, it's time to start coming out of that shell. Like, release it. Like, your potential's in there. You've already done all this reflection forever, except that you've done the reflection and start being more spontaneous. Come out and just do it already. You're probably even dreaming about like just doing something. Go ahead and do it. Like, I mean, there's honestly, if you want to put something out there, if you want to say something, write something, whatever it is, the only person stopping you is you, honestly, and your own fears of what's going to come of it. Like I was saying, your own fears of what's going to come of it. You had, like, this Three of Swords, you guys had some serious heartbreak that came with these dreams that you have, and wanting to be honest about it. Maybe people tore you down for it, and that's why there's all these feelings here. And it's like, just the way to heal this is by breaking a pattern, because if you keep repeating a pattern, what's going to happen is it just keeps perpetuating the same thing. But if you do something spontaneous that completely breaks your pattern, it breaks that energy. Like, even if you're completely uncomfortable with it, it's like it just breaks up the energy, because that's not something I usually do. And then it's like, well, I kind of liked how I felt when I did something out of the norm, and then you do it again with something different. And it's like it helps break up that energy instead of feeling so stuck in it. And then, yeah, you guys have really gone through your fair share of having to hold your own against people, like especially when it comes to drama and like needing to keep your truth out there, and it's like it being your voice instead of falling under other people's opinions. But this is also saying that honestly, these people and their squabbles and all this crap really isn't worth your time. It's causing you heartache you really don't need, and it's blocking you off. And if you do some spontaneous things, obviously it's not going to be something they're expecting. And it'll help you move away from this very stagnant emotional energy over here. Because as it is with this energy, if you guys are sitting in it, and that's why they're trying to give you ways to break this up, it's like you guys are holding on to such a deep wound that you're not allowing yourself to express yourself. out of fear. When in reality, it's like they're literally saying, just do something random. Like, don't even expect anything out of it. Allow the random to happen. Allow the emotions you're not expecting to happen. Don't worry about the messages that are going to come or the... Hi, Anna. Don't worry about the messages that are going to come of it. Don't worry about what people are going to say. It's like, don't worry about how many people are going to respond to it, how they're going to respond to it. It's like, this isn't the reason you're doing this. You're doing this to open yourself up and to heal and to just step into that manifesting energy. And then the Chariot is the bottom of the deck energy. It's literally like I was saying, you guys. This is like full on just coming out like, do it. Do the move. Do the spontaneous thing that just breaks up your energy right now. Like, whatever it is, whatever random, even if it's like a post you would never let yourself do without going over it a million times, just let yourself do it. And I feel like I'm being yelled at a little bit here. Just, I feel like each of these piles has a little message for me in there as I'm talking, and I'm like, okay, I need to do that. But, just allow yourself, no matter how many times you've been told no, however many times you've been beat down, to, let yourself, for once, just be freer and express yourself. And have fun with it instead of beating yourself up like, oh my gosh, this is what's going to happen. We missed you too, Anna. Hey, Ruby, show, even if I'm already being called out. Well, you pop in at the right times. That's pretty much what happens. But, show Anna the little, emote, Ruby, so she could see it. So self-care, energy work. I mean, obviously coming out over here, this makes so much sense. Yeah, that's my little like subscriber emote. And once I get 15 people, I get to add another one. But if you do tier 1, that's it. If you get tier 2, you get 2, because you get that one plus another one. And then tier 3, you get oh, stop it. I'm trying to show you guys so you could see it. Okay, so tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. So you guys can see them. Ta-da! But, with tier 1, you get the little heart one. With tier 2, you get the heart one and the little angry chick. And then with tier 3, you get the tea, angry, and the little hearts. So, that's what we have going on. And then I have other ones as well already. So once we reach 15, I get to add to another one. So I'll let you guys do a poll on which one you guys want to add in. The hair. I know, I'm like so happy with the hair. Massage. Okay, like I was saying earlier with you guys, I was feeling that pain in like the back, the shoulders. Just, I know right now a lot of us can't go get massages, but with this right here, do some relaxing stuff. I mean, maybe get a massage from someone you love, or like do like look up ways you can, because this energy work over here, you can do different energy work by doing massaging certain points of the body. So this might be a direct thing with actually working with this if you look those up. And positive affirmations for you guys. I can definitely see why with that. But for you guys with these positive affirmations, I really feel like for you, if you make it a routine, it'll become redundant. You have to, like, this is spontaneity you need to inject everywhere, is pretty much what it is. Be spontaneous in all these areas. Like, don't, like, create this thing like, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this, because that's going to really break down that energy of it being novelty. You guys need novelty right now, and just bringing in new energy by just doing things you wouldn't do. Like, randomly, like, if you look up massage things, don't try to do them all at once. Like, you know, when you randomly start feeling a certain way and you're like, hey, that kind of connects to this, like, randomly do that. Or, like, if you're really feeling something, like, randomly start doing all the positive stuff for yourself. So it's not like you're saying, okay, at 3 o'clock on every Wednesday, I am going to be reciting my positive affirmations to myself. Like, don't go robot with it. Like, you guys need to really, like, start putting, like, different energy and breaking it up. And then we have journal. For some of you, like I was saying, this isn't, like, writing time for you to do things. If you're journaling, once again, this is spontaneous journaling. If you want to randomly creative write, Ruby, I know you write songs. Like, don't be so hard on yourself for what comes out while you're writing. Just look at it like it's meant for you as opposed to like it's meant for an audience. And just allow yourself to create, be spontaneous. And then randomly stick something out there and, like, just let it be what it is instead of being like, oh crap, I didn't go over everything. Because that's like breaking a shell that has been holding you back. And then once you do that, you kind of go, okay, wait, that wasn't as bad as I thought. And then it just lets you kind of open that channel up more and allows you that release that you need. And then ground yourself. You guys got all this, the reason you guys are being given all this spontaneous energy you need to do is because you need to break up everything you're feeling right now with this movement. But at the same time, it's not saying expend all your energy randomly all over the place. That's not what they're meaning by spontaneous here. They're wanting you guys to understand, still be calm, do your stuff that you need to do, take care of yourself, but do little things here and there that aren't your norm, that usually you really pick apart before allowing it to go anywhere, especially if it's creative. Like, don't pick everything apart, just allow it to be out there, and then let it be what it is, and then move to something else for a while, and then you can come back to that and say if you want to add something to it, then you can do that and put that out there as a new thing. Instead of feeling like, oh crap, like it doesn't look perfect, I gotta hold it until it's perfect, and then you never put it out. It's like, don't allow that to hold you back, just stick it out there. And then it actually makes it to where you can break up the energy. Like, this energy work, your energy work is breaking up this block right now. And each of these things is pretty much showing you like, hey, be calm in your energy, but allow yourself to do things you usually don't, because you really have the potential for it right now. And the mindset you have about it is what you're going to create right now, because that's literally what you're stepping into, is what you're creating with this energy. So let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of long hair all over the place in these cards. But I'm going to go ahead and read the green moonstone for you guys, because this was my green moonstone pile. So, green moonstone, telling my Virgo placements to shut up. But my little alarm went off when you said that, Ruby. That's pretty funny. But just in case you wanted another confirmation. But with this green moonstone, it helps balance our emotions. Okay, first thing out of the gate, we're going to start talking about that. Calming and reflective. It helps us to go with the flow. We're just going to keep reading. Brings us flashes of insight, stimulates our self-confidence and composure. Okay. Okay, still going, guys. It's called the Stone of the Goddess and helps us to tap into that feminine earth energy. Grounding. Is great for enhancing clairvoyant abilities, gain wisdom, intelligence, powerful vibrations of the heart chakra, helps you with compassion and kindness. I still can't get over how cute those little notes are. I'm just like looking at them when you post them. But let's see. Let me read a little bit more about this green moonstone. Third eye, heart, and this is the ones I was saying to you guys, those places I was feeling. So it's saying it's associated with the third eye chakra, the heart chakra, and the solar plexus. And like I was telling you guys, like those Cancer and Leo areas is the heart chakra and the solar plexus. So, and for some of you, the third eye, which literally is those random bouts of like divine inspiration coming through, they're telling you like, hey, don't hold these back, just stick them out there, which is probably the spontaneity that's coming through for you guys. So if you've suffered emotional trauma or shock, use it to heal your heart and relieve your heart of pain and grief, which you guys literally have the Three of Swords here. Let's see. It helps you deal with overwhelming feelings that make you feel extremely emotionally drained. Represents freedom. It can assist you in breaking free of any emotional or mental chains that have been tying you down in life and preventing you from moving forward. I don't know how many times I was saying like break free of the energy in this freaking pile. It really benefits people who get easily stressed under conditions of high pressure, since it relieves stress. A great solution to cope with anxiety, can prove to be very useful when you're feeling down and troubled. And if you need guidance, it assists you in learning lessons on meaningful ways to live life. This pile is pretty much getting told how to meaningfully like put this energy into their life. Let's see. Bring peace by making your thoughts and feelings very serene. Obviously, like, Moonstone energy is going to be doing that. Helps you become more hopeful and motivated and transform your life the way you always planned to but didn't have the motivation to. And the go-to stone for the lack of confidence and suffer from related issues such as low self-esteem or self-acceptance problems. And it helps you to feel bold, confident, and proud. Well then, you guys just got a whole bunch of confirmations of be beautiful, bold self over here. Love yourself. Don't care what these other people think. Know you're worth more than what you were put through. And being really tapped into intuition right now, which is probably why this is coming through, just to let yourself be spontaneous, because what's coming through right now isn't meant to be picked apart. It's meant to just literally go with it right now. So let's move on to my titanium quartz pile. My last group. I'm gonna put you over there. Here is the titanium quartz. Okay, so I don't know what it is with this group, but immediately I'm feeling some heart pain. So this is either panic episodes, very high anxiety, hopelessness, or literally like heartbreak. These will not stop trying to fall out. Okay, there we go. We need one more. Those were not cooperating with me. I say that and everything wants to fall out. Okay. This energy immediately jumping out right here, and I was feeling that heart pain and having freedom and independence here and this self-determination. This is almost speaking of like leaving a situation behind, leaving these energies behind that, yes, started very early or possibly you've been dealing with for a while. It's like really gaining freedom from that, but needing to be grounded while you're doing it because it is causing a lot of pain. Because having this energy here with grandmother ocean, primordial, like that's what's giving me this like from the dawn of time energy. It could be past life energy for those of you that connect to that, but it could be early childhood energy that you're freeing yourself from, and it's bringing you this new sense of independence. But this is some energy that is old energy. This is something that's been with you for a while. And it's finally moving into this energy of allowing it to leave your life. And this is because whatever you've been doing, if you've been fighting it or you've really been working towards it right now, like your guides or however you believe is literally coming in and trying to take over this area. So if you're feeling like you're hitting a brick wall when you've been working on these energies, it's because it's time for you to just let go and move on to a different area while this one's worked on. Like you've done what you can in this area. It's like letting it run its course now. Because with this energy over here, we have like the wisdom of the shells, which once again is going back to this energy. Because, you know, shells have been around forever. So it's like this wisdom that you've gained through going through all of this energy for such a long time, and finally like getting to this place where it's like, I'm releasing it. It's going to be what it is, and I'm finally going to move on. And that's a determination that comes in. And we have visions as bottom of the deck. Psychic images, clairvoyance, seeing, out of the body travel. For some of you, the reason this is coming up is you've been working through this in your dreams. You've been getting visions, possibly deja vu happening. Just a lot of energy of finally seeing things as they are, having that clarity, having discernment. It's like really helping you break free of these things that started so early. And it's letting you finally release it in a way that is healthy instead of feeling like you actually released it by repressing it. And there's a lot of energy here of like very spiritual energy, because having like divination, having like grandmother ocean, like all these like visions, like clairvoyance, all these different things. This is very spiritual energy. So it's almost like you are leveling up, so to speak, because you've been doing so much of this work, and now it's time to move on to another phase while this kind of runs what it needs to. So let's see. Oh, you guys are just it flips over. Awareness. This I think this is coming out for you guys because they're really wanting you to be aware of all the work you've been doing and not be so hard on yourself. And also be aware of what's coming to you, because since this is a lot of spiritual energy, don't brush off what is coming to you right now as coincidence. It really isn't. You guys are really having things happen back to back because they are supposed to be. Things are trying to show you things. Be really aware of your surroundings and what's going on, because the energy is really high right now for this group. This one's re-energize. As I'm getting chills like crazy. Re-energize. Like I was saying, you guys have been going through this for a long time, and your energy, it's really taking a toll on your energy. And this is like really getting back down to the roots, being aware of where your energy is and what you need to do to help yourself, being determined to help yourself, because that's a whole nother level of having value for yourself that you need in order to get your energy back, is actually feeling worthy of it in the first place. Dive deep. This energy coming out here, you guys have been doing the deep diving. You've been doing all this work, and it's like you're coming back from this very long, deep dive, and it's telling you to be more aware of what's happening presently because you've been doing this so long. It's like, come back into the present and let this aspect go that you've been working on, because you've gotten what you need from it. You've learned what you're supposed to learn from it. And it's almost like you need to resurface for some air right now. Recognition. Definitely getting kudos for your work here. And I mean, since this is a very spiritual group, I feel like your guides are giving you a whole lot of kudos, which is in turn going to mean that more stuff is actually going to be coming into your life easier, because people are recognizing what you've been doing, but also your guides are, and you get rewarded when like you're getting their recognition. Usually when guides are giving recognition, or however you connect spiritually, you're getting rewards for that recognition. Whether it's literally time to re-energize or it comes in some other form, it's going to be happening that way. And then you also, I swear, this group, you guys are definitely getting downloads and all kinds of stuff going on. You got communication too. They're, like I was saying, things aren't happening as a coincidence for you guys. If you're getting random things every time you're doing something that you're not sure if this is what you're supposed to be doing, but you really want to do it, and then all of a sudden, like, you're seeing a whole bunch of things like repeating numbers or the same animal, or a certain song comes on, or a phrase from a movie that really inspires you, or just literally anything, or you talking to somebody and they repeat something you've been thinking. It's almost like they're coming in constantly to like be like, hey, you don't realize this, but you actually are doing what you're supposed to be doing. We recognize it. We're trying to communicate it to you. We don't want you to feel like you're not, and we don't want you to stay stuck in here, because you've been doing the work. You can come up for a breather now. It's time to, pay more attention to your health a little bit. And them feelings, guys. But for you guys, I'm feeling with feelings, guys. But I really feel for this group that these feelings are more like intuitive nudges. When you guys are allowing your emotions and you're working through these things, it's how you're connecting. So if you're really tuned into your own emotions, you're tuned into your body, you're going to be getting all of this really spiritual communication right now. Like, you guys are like definitely letting this energy flow in right now. And if you're not, it's really wanting to. So it's like whatever blocks you're having, as soon as you start kind of lifting them up a little bit and you become a little more in your body, it's going to help you a whole lot. So don't be alarmed if you start getting bombarded with stuff. Okay, you guys. I'm saying once you get bombarded with stuff, don't be alarmed and these things are jumping out. So we have 7 of Voices, Page of Materials, and an Ace of Materials. Like, this is literally, which is really interesting. I'll start pulling again after I talk about this, because these all wanted to attack me. So 7 of Voices reversed, on top of having Page of Materials reversed, coming out connection with this awareness. you becoming more aware of people who have done things that were very sneaky and underhanded, and that did certain things, possibly betrayed you in a lot of aspects, especially since you guys have been going through this deep dive for a while, really working on this energy. It's like you guys are really becoming aware of just what this energy is. And something that was presented to you as very stable, even though it was new and you probably put a lot of your determination into doing certain things, getting broken down because of this treachery over here. But it's like you're aware of it now. It's not like you're stuck in it necessarily, or if you are, you're coming out of it with this awareness energy and like the letting go. It's like you're really getting to this place where like, yeah, this happened, but I'm moving away from it, and I'm moving into this Ace of Materials over here, which is really beautiful because it's like this re-energizing energy combined with this deep dive. It's like you're bringing the Ace Materials out of it. It's like this brand new, really stable energy that's a lot more on point than this Page of Materials that was reversed over here. And the thing is also, she has her eyes shut, which is giving me a very, even though this isn't wands, which usually I attribute wand energy to spiritual energy, I feel like you guys have this very grounded energy, or once you're in this really grounded energy, that's how these connections are going to flow very easily, because you're going to be energized. Like I was saying, it's connected to these. It's like you're coming up from air, coming into the air. But those of you that are finally coming up and taking a breath of fresh air and getting re-energized, it's almost like you're seeing the beauty in the land once again. So plus there's like abundance coming in for you guys. Like I was saying, recognition isn't just like kudos to you for doing this. It's like, getting rewards for all this hard work you've been putting in with this deep dive here. So let's see what else wants to... Yeah, this deep dive was into a lot of past memories. This was a lot of family, things that held a lot of emotion. Some things you probably thought were better than what they were. Kind of being warned not to stay. It's probably why they were saying with this deep dive, like, start coming up for air, because you can easily get stuck in this energy where you're just constantly in the past, and they're saying, okay, you've done this, it's time to allow yourself to take take what you need instead of being stuck, because we're getting the Ace of Emotions right after it, followed by, okay, every pile gonna get the Hangman reversed at some point, but this energy right here is you still holding on if you're in this energy, because with this Ace of Emotions reversed, it's almost like, yes, in the physical world, you're starting to move forward and new physical energies coming in. But with you holding on to this, it's actually keeping really stagnant emotional energy. So it's like you're stubbornly, because of the pain over here, because it lasted such a long time, getting very mixed signals coming from the pain you've experienced and your guys trying to come in and help ground you. So first thing is looking at where you are here. Are you at the place where you're finally coming up for air, or are you still drowning a little bit because you really went deep? If you know where you are, that's when you can start working towards this perception change. Because in order for you to bring in the new emotional energy, there needs to be a major change in this perception here. And with it coming out with communication and the divination, this could easily be you getting this inspiration for how you work through this from your guides, or possibly the way you communicate with yourself and those around you is going to help you see things from a different perspective. So it's really being aware of where you are, and having this right here, the Ten of Voices reversed. You guys, like I was saying, you went through a lot. It's been around for a long time. And it's like a lot of this mental and emotional body energy is trying to cling to you. You have to allow for it to let go. This, like, you've done what you need to in this situation. And it's about allowing yourself to just let the things pass and realize that you are safe with what's coming. And if you are getting visions, if you are getting clairaudience, clairvoyance, whatever you're getting, if you're getting dream things, just allow yourself to go with it instead of fighting it. Because if you're really doubting yourself and feeling like you're not worthy of it, what's going to happen is you're going to be staying in this energy and you're not going to be letting go of all this pain you're holding on to. So this week is really about being aware of where you're presently sitting, and then taking control and realizing you've done the time, like you've done the work, and it's time for you to start allowing in this new energy instead of feeling like you need to stay trapped here. So let's see which self-cares you guys get from my titanium quartz pile. Okay, so Anna, I waited to answer yours because I had a feeling the grounding stuff was going to come out here. So these came out together. So we have take a walk and watch a movie, which both of these is like being out in nature, which helps ground. Watching a movie brings you more into your body and makes it to where you're paying attention to what's going on around you. Make sure it's something you enjoy. But also, you can take a walk while watching a movie. This is like being able to like if you're watching a movie about certain things, that helps you work through emotions or whatever it is. So that way it's like you're taking a walk in your own mind and being able to clear stuff out. This can be very beneficial because that in itself will help ground you, and possibly just watching things that give you ideas as well that work for other people, and trying to maybe combine them, implement them in different ways to see what works for you. And let's see. Okay, this pile just keeps wanting to have twos come out. Ruby, did you pick this pile by any chance? Because we got sing in here. But what's interesting is it wanted to come out with meditate. I feel like this group, for what's going on with you guys, you need to mix different aspects of self-care to make it to where it really correlates with you. Because having sing and meditate here, usually people are sitting like all quiet. For you guys, it's like you want to do things that activate your throat chakra. You want to do things that ground you out in nature or make you more present in your body. It's like the way you guys are going to be meditating is by doing a lot of self-care things that takes your mind out of like thinking, like being in this energy over here where you can't let go of it. It's like this is allowing you to kind of bring you out of that deep dive state and into like just doing present moment things. Hey, sing your affirmations. Why not? And then our last one for this group is family. So for this group, some of this communication that's going to help you with getting this new perspective is going to be with the people that you feel are your family, whether it's blood ties or soul ties. It's going to be helping you to be in this energy. It's going to help you with your perception and healing the emotions, understanding your feelings, and being able to work through these processes, because you're able to ground yourself by listening to different points of view, which really helps you to step out of yourself more and see things from a different perspective you might not have seen before. And our like you said, positive. It's like with Anna's, we have positive affirmations. So I think this is definitely confirming for Anna that the singing while meditating with the affirmations would be a really beautiful thing. And for others that might have been thinking that, this is like a good confirmation for you guys. But another thing also, if you're not sure how to see yourself in a positive light, sometimes what we can do is go to those that we trust and we're very connected to, and we can ask them what it is about us that they love, because seeing ourselves through someone else's eyes kind of like opens it, and it makes it to where you can make what those people love your affirmations. It's like getting to that place where you love those aspects of yourself like they do. And that in itself also makes that connection to them even stronger, because then you're actually seeing how it is through their eyes every time they're interacting with you, and it gives you that much more of that connected feeling, instead of feeling like, you know, a lot of this stuff was really messed up, so like you dealt with some really crappy shit, so it's like going into this, it's like, you know, you can trust these people, and expressing yourself is a beautiful thing, and then you're able to see yourself differently instead of seeing yourself in these freaking dickhead people's light over here. You can see it in this new energy light, and that really helps ground you too. So let me read the properties for the titanium quartz peoples. Okay, so I like how the first thing it says, you will instantly be drawn to it because of its rainbow colors. Okay, thank you for calling me out, that's fine. So it'll enhance your personal power, encourage you to use it more often in different life situations so that you will better navigate life. It helps charge the chakras and restore peace, balance, and harmony. It helps fill you with meaningful, positive energies and to stimulate energy flow. Let's see. Effective in quieting the mind, relaxing the body, and tuning out the rest of the world. What was I telling you guys about? You need all this different stuff to like tune out what's going on everywhere else. Like you guys need your mixture over here, so that way it's like I'm completely tuned out from you people. Let's see. Strengthens your ability to work through struggles and settle conflicts with hope and enthusiasm. Wonderful for healing on all levels. Grounds, balances, and centers you. Gives insight, energy, excitement, compassion, and joy. It's high energy to help remove blockages in personal energy that prevented you from being creative, focused, and motivated. Lets you enjoy free-flowing creativity. I like how it's great if you're working with it in the psychic field, because it like helps you. It's like you guys just want to bring out some more spiritual stuff over here, like bring out your psychic stuff. Connect and communicate guys. We have communication with the spiritual realm with these. Where you guys, I'm telling you, you have like a high connection right now because you're moving through this. Like just allowing yourselves into these things is really gonna open it up. Let's see. Wow, known as the Stone of Astral Journeys. Perfect for out-of-body experiences, and you literally have a card over here that says out-of-body travel, just in case you wanted that again. Keeps you grounded even when you're a higher state of conscious. Helps you find your true path by guiding you in career decisions. Put people in your life that can help you get your foot in the door for those of you that are probably trying to network. people who will give you opportunities and help you achieve your career breakthroughs. Let's see, is there anything else? Okay, like I was telling a lot of these groups with your health, but this one helps with recovery, but also it's like mentioning recovery and health and not falling sick. So once again, for those of you that have that going on, it's just like a reminder again. Gives life and energy to your career or financial pursuits. You guys had the Ace of Coins over here. Ace of Materials in this deck. Experience a surge of inspiration and determination to succeed with your plans. You had literally a card up there that said self-determination. Gives you protection from bad decisions, bad investments, and irresponsible spending. But like that page of materials reversed over there. Raise red flags when you're starting to stray from the original plan or when you're about to commit a financial blunder. I'm telling you, you guys have a lot of energy around you that's just like, hey, listen to us. We're going to keep you here. It's not a coincidence. We're communicating with you. It's pretty much everywhere in your guys' stuff. Even like reading these properties, it's everywhere. Let's see. Unlock your capabilities, reach your goals no matter how many distractions that are present. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, like, this whole thing just got repeated again through the crystal. But that is it for my piles today. And like Ruby has over there, like having the emotes, she gave Owen a gift sub for the emotes as well. So whatever tier you guys subscribe, there's emotes now. I'll be adding more as I get more subscribers because I gotta unlock levels to add more emotes. But also the Discord is open. You can get in for free, so don't forget to join in there, have some fun. We're gonna start releasing classes in January for those of you that are very interested in getting some courses. I'm gonna be teaching astrology and numerology. There's gonna be people teaching tarot, crystals, Reiki, spells, just literally anything you can think of, anything you could be interested in, we're gonna be teaching. And then also I am working on other projects in the background right now that I will be announcing soon also. So just keep a lookout. It's gonna be fun. There is a whole lot coming in this new year, and I'm excited. I will see you guys tomorrow. We'll do the daily transit read like I did a quick overview today when we started. And then we'll go into the in-depth collective reading for everybody. And that's about all I can think about right now, guys. So if you're feeling tired or you have extra time, big takeaway from the astrology aspects today and the cards, do something for yourself. If you have extra time, give to yourself today. Do something for yourself. Do something. Something. My brain is like derping over here. Do something. But yeah, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. And I'll leave you guys with my little emotes that I love so much. They're so cute. I just got to do this again because it makes me happy. But okay. I will see you guys tomorrow and have a great rest of your day, everybody.